Hello student, welcome to Anu's classes. Let's proceed today's video with one of the important sector, that is body fluid and circulation. In this sector, we are going to discuss about the movement of body fluid inside the body of animal and the process of transport of material from the region of formation to the region of utilization or disposal. As in your NCERT book, the first topic of this chapter is blood. So in this video, I am going to discuss about blood. So this is a rough drawing of blood where the important component of blood, suppose RBC, platelets, and WBC are shown. So for blood, first point you have to remember that the study of blood is called hematology and the formation of blood is called hematopoiesis. So you remember these two terms. These two terms is important. Next, come to the definition of blood. What is blood? For that, we have to remember blood is a special fluid connective tissue. It means blood is, since blood is always found in liquid states, that's why it is called fluid connective tissue. And the origin of blood is mesodermal cell. Since we know that the origin of all connective tissue is mesodermal cell, that's why the origin of blood is also mesodermal cell. Next, we have to remember the pH of blood. Then you have to always remember that the pH of deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood are always different. Deoxygenated blood means the impure blood, the blood rich in carbon dioxide and waste material, the pH is 7.2. Whereas the pure blood means blood rich in oxygen and nutrient, the pH of that type of blood is 7.4. Next point, you have to remember the volume of blood, means how many bloods should be present in a healthy adult's body. So for a healthy male person, the blood should be 8% of the total body weight, and in female, healthy adult female, the blood should be 7% of the body weight. Next important point is hematopoietic tissue, means where the tissue where the bloods are formed. So blood formation start at the embryonic stage. So before the formation of bone within the embryo, means the blood start form in the yolk cell, then the liver cell, and after the birth, the blood formation takes place at all bone marrows, especially the long bone marrow, for example, limbs, ribs, etc. Next important point come you for the components of blood, means what are the components that are found within the blood. For that, first we have to take the sample of blood and we have to centrifuge the blood. After centrifuge means what? Centrifuge means rotate the sample in high speed. And after centrifugation, according to the density, the component of blood are settled into different layers. Look, in this test tube, the blood components are settled in 3 layers. The uppermost layer, which is called plasma and which occupy almost 55%. The middle layer, which is transparent in color, it occupy 4%, and there have WBC, means white blood cell, and platelets are present there. And the lowermost portion means almost 41%, and that is red in color, and that are called red blood cell. So it means blood components are settled in 3 layers. And always remember these 2 layers, lowermost 2 layers means this transparent layer and this red layer. These 2 layers together known as formed element, and these are blood cells also. These are known as blood cell also. And this plasma portion only liquid, and this WBC, platelets, and red blood cells together are known as formed element, and they are known as blood cell also. Now come to the enlarged structure of blood. This structure, look, so this is the uppermost structure. This is the structure of plasma. It has 3 components: protein, water, and other solute. And under protein in plasma, there are mainly 4 types of protein are present. First one is called albumin, second one is called globulin, third one is called fibrinogen, and fourth one is called prothrombin. And always remember the mostly found protein is albumin and the least amount of protein found is prothrombin. So you have to remember the most abundant and the least abundant protein. Question may come from there. Next, in the other solute, plasma contain ions, nutrients, waste product, gases, regulatory substances, etc. Next, platelets is of, sorry, just a minute, yeah. Platelets, then platelets is of one type, then under leukocyte means this WBC, another name of WBC is leukocyte. Then leukocyte is subdivided into leukocyte into 5 types, and that are neutrophil, lymphocyte, monocyte, eosinophil, and basophil. So these are the different types of component of blood. Next, go for the, this is the flow chart of the component of blood. So blood, white blood, this is whole blood. So whole blood is divided into two. One is plasma, second one is form element. So plasma has amino acid, nitrogenous bases, nutrient, electrolyte, proteins, and gases. Again, proteins are mainly divided into 4: albumin, fibrinogen, and globulin, and least amount of prothrombin also present. Then now come for the formed element. In the formed element, it is divided into 3 types. Leukocyte means WBC, erythrocyte means RBC, and the platelets. Then leukocyte are divided into 2 types. This is granulocyte, this is agranulocyte. Again, granulocyte are divided into 3 types: neutrophils, basophils, and eosinophils. And agranulocyte is divided into 2 types: lymphocyte and monocyte. So these are the different component of blood. So if question come, write the different component of blood, then you can write this chart only also. Now come to the explanation of the first part of blood, that is plasma. So this is plasma. So plasma means what? Plasma is equal to whole blood minus formed element. It means what? It means, wait, yeah. So look this diagram. So this is the whole blood. This is the whole blood. So if we minus this second transparent portion and this red portion, these are formed element, minus this portion, then the remaining part will known as plasma. That's why I am writing like that plasma is equal to whole blood minus formed element. Next, it is straw colored fluid. Next, plasma without clotting factor is called serum. So this fibrinogen protein, which is present in plasma, it acts as a clotting factor. So if we remove this protein from plasma, then other part of plasma is called serum. Wait, so this is the diagram. So serum means what? So if we remove this, these are fibrinogen. If we remove this fibrinogen from the plasma, then the remaining part of plasma is known as serum. So always remember, just serum is equal to plasma minus fibrinogen protein, then is equal to serum. Now come to the function of plasma, the function of different component of plasma. So main component of plasma is water, and so it occupies almost 91%. So function of this water is it is solvent for carrying other substances. Second is other solute. This is other solute. There ions are present and other products are also present. So function of ions are what? Function of ions are mainly osmotic balance, pH buffering, then it's nerve and muscle function. Then last come to the function of plasma protein. So in the plasma protein, there are 4 types of protein, especially 3 types, mainly 3 types, that is albumin, fibrinogen, and globulin. So now you come to the function of protein here. Wait, this is albumin, which are most abundantly found in plasma. The main function of albumin is to osmoregulation. Osmoregulation means it's maintain the salt and water concentration within the body. That process is called osmoregulation. And pH buffering and formed by liver. So albumin is formed in liver. Then come to the next protein, that is fibrinogen. So fibrinogen is the main factor for blood clotting and it's also formed in liver. Then come to the third protein, that is globulin. In globulin, there are 3 types of globulin: alpha globulin, beta globulin, and gamma globulin. So alpha and beta globulin help in the transport of nutrients, and they are also formed by liver. Means these 1, 2, 3, 4, these 4 types of protein are formed by liver. only this gamma globulin is formed by plasma cells. So always remember, only gamma globulin is formed by plasma cell, and the gamma globulin is known as immunoglobulin because they form the antibody and give protection or defense, then form the defense mechanism in the body. That's why out of these 4 type of protein, this gamma globulin is known as immunoglobulin also. Next, the ion present in plasma. Question may comes, write the ions present in plasma in decreasing order. Then you have to write calcium is found in most abundant, then sodium, then potassium, then calcium, then phosphate and magnesium. So here the ions are arranged in decreasing order. So, and this is the, so like this ions, so these are the components which are present in plasma, and these are their functions. And always remember that in the formed element, the RBC are maximum number found, then platelets, then WBC, means they are arranged, this is their decreasing order. Now come to the first type of formed element, that is erythrocyte or RBC. So RBC are formed in a red bone marrow cell, and within the red bone marrow cell, their stem cells are present, and thus from stem cells, from first erythroblast are formed, then from erythroblast RBC is formed. And in RBC, the nucleus is absent, and they are biconcave in structure, and they have a red colored iron containing protein complex, and which is known as hemoglobin. So this is the structure of RBC. Look, this is the structure of RBC. So they have no nucleus, and they are concave in nature, means biconcave in nature, and this is the structure of hemoglobin. And due to presence of this hemoglobin, this RBC look red in color. Hemoglobin means, heme means what? Heme means iron, and globulin means protein. So in this structure, this is iron compound, and this globin means they are polypeptide chains, means protein. So this is the structure of enlarged structure of hemoglobin. Now come to the next point. Lifespan of RBC is 120 days, and they are destroyed after they completing their lifespan. They are destroyed by spleen, and that's why spleen is also known as graveyard of RBC. Then RBC contain a special chemical to hold the oxygen. So these are the characteristic of RBC, and this is the structure of RBC, and this is the structure of hemoglobin. Next, come to the next formed element, that is leukocyte or WBC, white blood cell. So another important blood cell. So leukocytes are colorless. Why? Because due to the lack of hemoglobin. It means in them hemoglobin is absent. They are nucleated, means nucleus is present, and they are short-lived. Their lifespan is of only a few hours only, and they are present in 6,000 to 8,000 mm3. Then this is the structure of WBC or white blood cell. This is white blood cell. So WBC is divided into 2 types. One is agranulocyte, another is granulocyte. Why they are called granulocytes? Since within this type of cell, within the cell, granules are present. Look, granules are present here. That's why they are known as granulocyte. And agranulocyte means within them granules is absent. That's why they are called agranulocyte. These 2 comes under agranulocyte, and these 3 comes under granulocyte. So first type of granulocyte is neutrophil. This is neutrophil. So what is the function of neutrophil? They are phagocytic in nature, and they can phagocytic a bacteria and other pathogen also. Means their main function is they are phagocytic in nature, and their nucleus is multi-lobe. Look, 1, 2, 3 lobe is present. So their nucleus is lobe structure, means like this. Their structure is like this, lobe-like structure, and this lobe may be up to 7. The next type of granulocyte is eosinophil. So their function is their control mechanism and associated with allergy. And their new structure of nucleus is like headphone-like structure. They are bilobe like this, and their structure is headphone-like structure. Next come to the third type of granulocyte, that is basophil. So basophil, they contain histamine and heparin, and histamine releasing showing in this diagram, and the structure of their nucleus is just as-shaped with lobe like this. So these three are the granulocyte WBC, means granules are present. Then come to the another two type, that is monocyte, and that is wait just a minute. Yeah, this is monocyte and this is lymphocyte. In these two type of WBC, no granules are present. That's why they are called agranulocyte. And monocyte is phagocytosis, and lymphocytes secrete antibody. This yellow is antibody. So lymphocyte form the defense mechanism within our body. Then this lymphocyte has formed two types of cell. One is called B cell, another is called T cell. From B cell, plasma cell is formed, which makes the antibody to give the defense, form the defense mechanism. And from T cell, two type of T cell is formed. One is cytokinesis kill cells, cytotoxic, and it kills the cell. And another T cell, many types, and can help activate or dampen immune response. So total white blood cell, means WBC, are divided into mainly two types. One is granulocyte and another is agranulocyte. So granule present, that's why granulocyte. A granule absent, that's why it is called agranulocyte. Next, granulocyte is of three types: neutrophil, eosinophil, basophil. The nucleus of neutrophil is multilobe structure. Then nucleus of eosin is bilobed and headphone-like structure, and this is basophil. Then agranulocyte, monocyte, and lymphocyte. Monocyte in phagocytic in nature, and lymphocyte produces two type of cell, T cell and B cell. B cell produce the plasma cell, and from this plasma cell then makes the antibodies. And T cell divided into again another two type of T daughter cell. One is cytotoxic, another can help to activate or dampen the immunity response. So these are the different type of WBC or white blood cell. And these are the different component of WBC present there. So neutrophil found in highest number, then lymphocyte, then monocyte, then eosinophil, and then basophil. So these are the decreasing order of the component, how they are present in the WBC. Next come to the last part of the formed element, that is platelets. So platelets, another name of platelets is what? Thrombocyte. And where they are formed? Thrombocytes are formed in the red bone marrow cell. Within the red bone marrow cell, there are stem cells are present. Within the stem cells, megakaryocytes are present. From megakaryocytes, the platelets are formed. Megakaryocytes means what? Mega means large, karyo means nucleus, cyte means cell. So means the cell which has large nucleus is called megakaryocyte. And the structure of megakaryocyte is like that. And from this, here fragmentation takes place in this place, and from here a new platelets is formed. It means platelets is the only blood cell which is formed by the process of fragmentation. That point is important and frequently asked. Name the blood cell which is divided by the fragmentation process. Then you have to write they are the platelets. And function of platelets, platelets play a crucial role in the blood clotting. Means by the platelet, the fibrinogen protein are converted into fibrin, which can form the clotting in the damaged tissue region. So these are the different components of blood we have discussed today. In my next video, I am going to discuss about the grouping of blood and how the Rh factor affect in pregnancy. And next class, I will discuss the lymph also. Thank you.